Welcome to the Play Zone Podcast.
Hello and welcome to another edition of the Play Zone Podcast. My name is Babatunde Koiki. Of course, I usually have Charles Anazodo with me as well. General Zod with me as well. Thank you so much for coming through.
Good to be here today. And in our midst today, we have a man who's very widely traveled, a man who's been to more than 40 countries around the world, been administering the game of football in Nigeria for more than 2 decades. A man who's well respected, a man who knows exactly what it means to be named a supporter of football in this country. Nigeria's number one supporter, President General of the Nigeria Football Supporters Club. Who is that person today?
Well, he was actually a President General for many years, but he since transitioned into something else, which is quite surprising considering the fact that there are 2 different sports. But without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Dr. Rafiu Ladipo coming through today. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you very much.
Major props to you for everything you've doing for Nigerian sports over the last, how many decades now?
More than 20, more
more
than 2 decades.
more than 30 decades, more than 3 decades.
years.
More than 3.
The thing is, you haven't told the viewers what else he's transcended into.
Oh, we'll get to that.
Sports.
We'll get
the
to
other
that.
sports.
We'll get to
Yeah?
that. We'll get to that.
Okay.
But I actually wish I had actually asked you to bring your international passports. Because like Charles said, 40 countries. How many passports do you have that you know that you've changed?
Actually, I've traveled to more than 40 countries.
More than 40.
And I've been in the administration of football through supportership in the last 53 years.
Wow.
And I've gone to all the countries where football is played to inaugurate and launch supporters club in all those countries.
Nigerian Supporters Club in
Yes.
chapters in those countries.
Yes, Nigerian supporters club in those countries. So when you go to whether the US, Asia, Europe, Africa, even up to Australia, I've been there to inaugurate and I launched the supporters club there, the Nigerian arm of supporters club. And incidentally, I'm the President General for the African Football and Other Sports Supporters Union. So I've been in football through supportership. We've been with all the teams, all the Nigerian teams, to wherever they played, whenever they go there to play. So that's
So
what
you
we do.
transitioned from football to other sports as well.
Other sports.
No matter the sports they were.
Actually, I got that marching order by the former president of Nigeria, Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, who said, after we went to Egypt in 2006 and we got stranded, having paid 130,000 US dollars for the flight to take us to Egypt and come back to bring us. But they failed to come back. And so I had to start calling governors, until one governor, I must mention his name because it's a way to appreciate him, Oyilola. There's Colonel Oyilola, then governor of Osun State. He now asked me how much it will cost 175 Nigerians, including 16 journalists who got stranded in Egypt, how much it will cost him to bring us back. And he asked me to go to the airlines. That time in 2006, it was about 9,800,000 to bring all of us back. And he made a check.
2006 or 1996?
2006.
Well, I think, you
It
said,
was 2006.
no, because the military, you said, was he a military governor then? Olagunsoye Oyilola?
Oh, yes.
2006? I think the time.
No, he wasn't military governor then.
Oh, okay, was a former military governor. Okay.
He was the governor of the state then.
Yeah.
And Baba Obasanjo was the president
Yeah.
then. So when he did a check of 9.8 million, I think in his wisdom, he decided to inform the president, Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, And Olusegun Obasanjo told, hold your check, I will bring them back. So it was Baba Obasanjo who brought all of us back to Nigeria. Otherwise, some of my members were already going to the marketplace to sell food and the rest. But Baba saved the situation. So when we got back to Nigeria, we went to thank him at the villa. And he said, you guys have done well. So if I had the opportunity again, I will do same. I will not want to see any Nigerian to suffer out there.
You're stranded outside Nigeria.
But enough said, you are supporting football. Please go and start supporting other sports because Nigeria must win laurels in other sports. That was why we decided to register the Nigeria Football and Other Sports Supporters Club.
All right, doctor. Are you a medical doctor?
No.
Because
God bless you.
No.
That was actually the
The
first question my
irony,
name.
the irony, my house has a clinic. My son is a doctor, but I am not a doctor, not a medical doctor.
So where does the rumor come around that you were a medical doctor who now transitioned into other things?
Oh, no. Well, it's people because I have a clinic in my house, my son is a doctor, maybe that's where this one is a medical doctor. I wasn't.
okay, so you're referring to you as Dr. Rafiu Ladipo.
Yeah.
That's an honorary degree.
Yeah.
Yeah?
No. I have a PhD in business admin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's
I got it
interesting.
in the United States of America in 1989.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm a PhD holder.
Okay, so you're rightfully a doctor then.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But
It's not
let's
the
go
dash.
back. Let's go back to the beginning. You said you came into Lagos.
God bless you.
I read a report anyway. I want to know if it's true. But the report says you came into Lagos more than 50 years ago.
1967.
1967.
From where?
How good are you in math?
From Ibadan.
How many years ago is that?
You said 1967.
1967.
That is what,
33 plus
That's,
25. That's 58
40
years now.
About
58 years
58 years ago.
Yeah.
I heard, I need you to confirm this. I heard you came into Lagos in a fruit truck.
Yes, it's true, sir.
Really?
It is true.
How did that happen?
Bolekaja.
That was in 1967. It happened because I always come to Lagos with my dad, who happened to be a produce buyer. He would bring his things to Lagos at the Okebada store at Adeniji Adele. We go there, sell his stuff, and then we collect his money and put it inside my small pond so that nobody will even expect that this guy has any money.
Yeah.
So when I was coming to Lagos, it was the same thing. I came with a truck to Lagos, and I had to go and stay with my brother at Ilasamaja in 1967. From where, having gotten my secondary education, I went to look for jobs I couldn't get. But one day, somebody just came to my brother's house. He was looking for my brother, and he said he will wait for my brother. So I just, on my own, went to buy him some drinks and placed it before him. I didn't know that the man is a big man. So when he was going away, he said, "Where are you working?" I said, I don't have a job at all. And gave me his address. See me tomorrow in my office. And that was how I got a job. Incidentally, what type of job?
Exactly. I was just going to ask.
A trailer boy's job.
Trailer boy.
Trailer boy. A trailer boy's job, so that when you go to the port,
So, okay.
the trailer boy's job is that you will go with a trailer to the ports in the shed in those days, at their proper port. You will stay by the trailer. They will load the truck. You take custody of the goods inside. You sign, and then you take it back to the yard. Tomorrow, maybe you are going to deliver the goods at Ibadan, at Ijebu, or wherever. So you have to go. In those days, we didn't have this road. We have the only Ikorodu road.
Yeah.
So when we're climbing the bridge, I, as a trailer boy, must come down from the vehicle with a dunnage. The dunnage is shock.
Exactly, to
stop
shock
it from rolling back.
rolling back.
To shock it from rolling back. And so, until it climbs the bridge.
Basically, what we call a motorboy now.
Motorboy now.
Motorboy, yeah. So, yeah.
But our own motorboy was with a difference because we were dressed as clerical style. And what was our uniform? Khaki, up and down khaki. But they pay us money bigger than the
driver.
The ones who works in the office. Because the people who works in the office, they collect 16,000. 16 pounds, sorry. 16 pounds a month. And those of us who are trailer boys collect 13 pounds a month, 13 pounds 5 a month. But how? If you go to Ibadan, you are paid one trip, 8 shillings. If you go to any other place, if you make 20 trips in a month, 8 shillings times 20, add it up to your salary, is bigger than the...
Yeah, definitely.
And it's interesting when you tell stories like this, you know, when you compare to what the younger generation these days, you know, don't want to identify with, which is hard work.
Yeah.
You know, you epitomize hard work, having begun from the very basics, the very lowest of
Very
those.
humble job.
And today, you know, you're known around the world, and that's as a result of the hard work that you put into becoming who you are. But comparing the days when you came into Lagos, yeah, and the Lagos of today.
God bless you.
Big
What
difference.
is like you're reading my mind?
You know,
what I just want to know: Lagos of then, of 1967, and Lagos of now.
Big difference. Big difference. With your little money you earn and spend, you enjoy your life. You are comfortable. You see, 13 pounds 5, how much was it? It was the 13 pounds 5 plus the 8 shillings that I was making per trip that I saved to build my first house in 1976.
wow.
And not just a house, 4 flats, 3 bedrooms,
Each.
4 flats. It was that money that I was saving that I got.
What was the population like? Wasn't that? I mean, definitely there weren't as many people in Lagos then as now.
Yeah. Well, no, it wasn't the same population. We had less of population, but you will know that you are in a city. You will know that you are living. Because today we are not living. Actually, we are existing.
You
We're
built
just
a house.
existing.
You built a house earning 13 pounds.
Oh, yeah.
A month. Let's just round it up to all of the things that you get on the side. Let's just say 20 pounds a month.
Yeah, let's say 25.
And you built a house with that. How much do you earn, Tunde?
Why are you asking? you earn far more than I
How
do.
much do you earn?
No,
you know, because
no.
I'm thinking like today. Do you know how much it costs to build a house today?
Do you know how much a bag of cement costs? And the thing about it is Lagos back then was just a completely different place. I mean, the marina that you see right now, Outer Marina, it didn't exist.
Yes.
The ships would berth right on Broad Street, as in that was where that lagoon
That's
was.
where we were walking.
Exactly.
Port and the Lagos Keys.
Yeah.
That's-
Interesting story my father told me. You know this place in Lagos called Onikpan? That wasn't the original name. So when construction was going on back then, you know, in construction sites, they'll use corrugated iron sheets to block off the construction area. So that entire stretch was under construction. So anytime commercial buses were going there, they didn't remember Jamila and Ibiunikpan, they dropped in Ibiunikpan.
Oh, okay. So that's how the name came
so
about.
that's how the name came about. So nobody remembers the original name.
Okay.
They just call it Onikpan and it's stuck ever since.
Okay.
Another trivia for you, Lagos actually ended at Jibo. That was the very extent of Jibo. It was when they removed it, excised it from the south western region.
Yes.
That's when they extended it to everywhere we are sitting now, Ikeja, Magodo.
Yes. Yes.
Amazing.
Anyway, that's history.
History.
That's history, and it's good to have people know that people like you didn't just drop from the sky.
No, it wasn't
It
easy.
didn't drop from the sky. But let's talk about your time as a sports administrator. Yeah.
Yes, Charles, I have to be frank with you. When I was at Ibadan, hardly there was any match played at Ibadan, and I will not be there. I watch football all the time, whether we call it Idava Stadium, then now Olubadan Stadium. Then Lekan Salami Stadium came later. Idava Stadium, Liberty Stadium. I must go there. So when I got to Lagos, it became part of me, and I did not miss any match. Whether it's at the Surulere Stadium that you are now calling
Teslim Balogun. Used to be USC ground.
USC ground. Or the
Onikon Stadium.
Onikon Stadium.
King George V
Those
Stadium.
were the two stadiums that we were going then. But I never missed a match. But one day at the National Stadium, there was going to be a match between the Shooting Stars of Ibadan and the Bendel Insurance of Benin. It was, I think it was a semi-final FA Cup match. And I went there. The whole place was filled. There was no place for anybody to sit. And I paid 4 naira to enter into the stadium. I got in, no seat. I kept standing, and people kept surging. People were coming from the outer part of the stadium. At a point, suddenly some people just took me off ground and threw me into the crowd. Yes. And I started rolling until I landed on the concrete slab there. And I became unconscious. So, for the first 45 minutes, I had to hide under the concrete slab. So, at the end of the first half, normally people would go on to the toilet, people would go and buy things.
Yeah.
I had the opportunity to come out. And somebody, a good Samaritan, just gave me a small space to sit down. Still very unconscious. The match ended. I think it was a draw. And I went home. When I got home, I listened to the news. My brother, 32 people died in the stadium that day. That was, well, when it occurred to me, that probably I would have been one of them. Well, God saved my life. And I came out. So the second week, I now went to the stadium. I said, look, how best can I be coming to the stadium without being maimed or injured or killed? And at that time, there was a group of people, not up to 20. They were supporters supporting the national team. And I met them. How can I be part of you? Because they gave them a special place all the time to sit in the stadium. The group was led by the late Deacon Adeleke George Osho. We call him Baby D. So he said, yes, you can join us. But you have to pay 2 naira. And I joined them. That was how I became a member of the supporters club. But then we were doing it for the fun. Nobody thought of even registering the club. We just come there, let's watch football and go home. In fact, anytime we have to do a meeting, we do it under the trees of the National Stadium. But when I got there, because of my little exposure and maybe God's gift, I became an assistant secretary before I became the national secretary, and I became the chairman of the disciplinary panel. Even at that, we were just going, no record. But because I had the opportunity of mingling with many people, no player comes on the field without me. In those days, in the 70s and 80s, up to 1989, I was the nation's flag bearer. That national flag you see coming out of the tunnel was always borne by me. The Odegba, Michuku, all of them will not come out of the tunnel or even the dressing room until I go to them to signal
It's time.
the time for them to come in. And when they are coming, I will be in the front holding the national flag.
So having said all this, Doctor, would it be right to assume, that a lot of people believe that you hijacked the supporters club and made it your own?
That is not right. I am the one that registered the supporters club officially with the CAC. There was no record. I didn't hijack. I even used my Ibadan house address to register supporters club. Go to CAC, you will find. And I became the chairman of the board of trustees. So it was not an hijack. And even with the people that I made there, I still made them members of the board of trustees. They didn't think of registering supporters club. Anybody who says I hijack maybe does not understand what he's talking about. If not for Rafiu Ladipo, supporters club would have not been known. And supporters club did not go beyond Lagos until I became its chairman. From where and when I took it to my Ibadan, to Oyo State. I'm from Ibadan. Charity begins at home. The first chapter of the supporters club was in Ibadan, within Nigeria. Then I went to Bauchi. I went to all the states of the federation. By 1992, Charles, who would have thought we could go to Côte d'Ivoire in 2024? I went to Côte d'Ivoire in 1992 to launch the first international chapter of the supporters club. I left there, I went to Ghana, I went to Gambia, I went to Mali, Burkina Faso, Togo, and the rest. Charles, by 1995, I was in the United States at the Giant Sports Stadium in New Jersey. I launched the Nigerian Football Supporters Club there. As we speak, we have 5 chapters there. From where I went to Italy, I went to France, Holland, Spain, and then in 1997, I went to France, and then to UK, where I went to Dublin. All over the world, this man, let anybody challenge me, this man used his money, his time, at the risk of his life, developed the supporters club in all, not just developed, launched them there.
Were there people who thought that you were a threat to them personally, when you talk about their ambition with the supporters club? And would you say as a result, there was some sort of conspiracy to remove you as president of the supporters club, which is why you later emerged as president general of the supporters club?
In the supporters club, we have a constitution. I guided the club to put a constitution in place. When you are contesting for any position, the first term is 4 years. Then if you have done well, you can seek for re-election. So you have 2 terms to be in that office. And I had 2 terms as the national chairman. But there came a time when we felt that having all these chapters across the world, in Ghana we have a chairman, in Côte d'Ivoire we have a president, in the United States a president, in all English-speaking countries you have chairman as their head. Wherever they speak French, the nomenclature there is president. So if all of you have to sit down, and there was the need for somebody to be the leader of the group. How do you address such a person? You can't say chairman.
You can't say
You must have a
president.
position.
I mean, there are presidents everywhere.
Everybody president. That was how we coined out President General. And with a constitution backing it up. The constitution was ratified at Warri and Asaba in the year 1999 to bring about that man who will be seen as a father figure by the members of the club and will be addressed as President General. So by the year 2000, I left the position of national chairmanship. It was after me that Alhaji Waidi Yusuf Adenrele came up as a chairman. He spent 8 years. After him, Otumba Bashorun came there and spent 4 years. After him, there were some issues. Vincent Okumagba acted as national chairman for 3.5 years. And as we speak, Reverend Samuel Ikpeya is the current national chairman.
Okay.
He's done 8 years.
Okay, so how do you respond to those who said that maybe because you are particularly authoritarian in your leadership of the supporters club, that led to some schism in the
I will
body,
tell you the story. That
whereby there are now multiple supporters. There's there's different bodies.
I will tell you.
Okay.
Ever since I became a member and chairman of the supporters club, till about 8 years ago, the then NFA and later NFF, they understand what the supporters club is. Supporters club is an integral part of football development.
True.
For us, we don't collect money from them. I'm the one who sources for money. When you go out there, you see thousands of out there. It is this man that goes out to beg for money. Let me tell you, in 1996, in Atlanta, we sponsored ourselves there. But by the time we were in Atlanta, we lost our first match to Brazil, and we had the opportunity again to meet them at the semi-final. And they were leading us 3-1. Supporters club is not a small job. It's somebody that has football running in his veins. What I do is that I bring members to the stadium on every Thursday of the week, and we practice songs. How do we sing like this? How do we do whatever we do, we practice on every Thursday. Members will bring their songs, and we look at it, we perfect them. Other songs you are seeing us singing, and nobody of these mushroom clubs that is singing a new song. No.
You call them mushroom clubs, but
Yeah.
but they were, some of them were actually members of the regional.
I will tell you
before
why.
they.
I will tell you why. There's nothing bad in to be ambitious.
Okay, true.
But everything to be over-ambitious, inordinately, is not right. What they were asking for, national chairmanship, contest. I won't mention name, but a big football fish came to my office and said, I want you to make this man
President.
the chairman. I said, it is possible.
Wait, hang on, doctor. This big football chief.
Yeah.
He said fish.
He said chief.
He said
Oh,
fish,
fish.
yeah.
Okay, fish. Can I assume that it was Amaju Pinnck?
I don't know.
Okay. Let's leave that aside.
That's fair.
This person asked you to make chairman of the supporters club. Is it Vincent Okumagba?
Well, you may be, I don't know.
Let me ask
Because
you again.
know the story.
Let me ask you.
No, it's not me. It's not him and you or me. It's for our viewers. Yeah.
For your viewers.
Yes.
Yes.
So the person was Amaju asking
Amaju
you to
and Vincent.
Vincent. Okay.
That's the truth. Amaju came to my office. We invited him. And right up there in my office said, I want you to make Vincent the next chairman. And I said, it's possible. But it has to be through an election. But Amaju said, I should appoint him. I said, it cannot happen. Supporters Club has a constitution. I said, Mr. President, I was at your election in Delta State when you were elected president. He met me, spoke to me. After the election, I know what I did. I congratulated him. I wrote him a letter congratulating him. So why should now my association that has been there for years, Mark, you are 70 years old now, Supporters Club.
70 years old?
Yes.
This year?
Lagbarolon. Now, I said it's possible, but let it be through an election. That's where I don't understand what is wrong with that.
Is that how the factions began?
That was how it started. And I can tell you, I'm going to quote Pinnck Amaju now. I didn't want to mention before. He was on the Odegbami's program, Sports Parliament, where he said, Odegbami asked him a question. Mr. President, should it be during your time that the Supporters Club that has been known to be won, should it be during your time that they will now be divided? Oh, yes, it's possible. There can be 20 clubs, Supporters Clubs. What is that telling you?
Is there really a problem, Doctor, in having more than one supporters club?
There's always a problem.
There is a problem because I mean, you've been at the stadiums where these ones are singing pa na 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 na.
There's always a problem.
These ones are singing "You Are Worthy, Lord." The cacophony in the stadium is crazy.
Even Musa, what is it? Ahmed Musa complained of it. That when they are playing, rather than for the supporters club to sing one song, the various songs coming from different angles by different groups of supporters is not helping them to play the ball. Musa said it.
There you go.
It was in the papers. It was in the news.
Yeah, but isn't that a lame excuse?
It's not
lame.
Because to be honest, I remember I met you. Yeah, I met you at the FIFA World Cup in Russia. Yeah, and we were at the game. I think it was Nigeria against Argentina. Yeah.
I'm going to tell you something that went wrong.
Wait, I just want to explain why I think it's a lame excuse. Because
how can it be a lame excuse?
Because the different factions of a supporters club were playing from different parts of the stadium.
It doesn't make
How coordinated.
But that doesn't. It doesn't.
No, what I'm
change
saying
anything.
is, the players, I'm sure, did not hear any of them because sitting in the stands myself, I couldn't even, with the noise in the stadium,
And I'm going to
couldn't
explain
even
that
hear
to
the
you.
supporters club myself.
Thank God you were in Russia. This is part of what we are telling the NFF. That when you are playing football, part of the politics of the game is that you have your group of supporters in one place to be supporting the team. When they say about 200-300 people supporting one team, and you can only find 3 here, 7 there, 10 there for another group, the referee's attention is always focusing on what is around, apart from the game of football. When you are shouting as a group of supporters, you will see that even if the referee was not going to do anything against you, but they will not favor any team. Now I tell you, when we were playing Argentina, before we left Nigeria, they did not understand the game, the politics of the game. That supporters club must sit together in a stadium. We bought tickets, FIFA tickets, from the NFF. We bought it through them. And as I'm telling you, they charge us 10% commission on top of the price of the ticket. Is on record. And what did they do? They bought disjointed tickets. 5 people in one place.
Wow.
10 people in another place. 12 people in one place. How do you now coordinate together to support your team?
It's difficult.
I normally will wait for all my members to enter the stadium before I go in. So after they left and they entered the stadium, I now came into the stadium. I saw a group of people up there, and I was going there. A steward just came to me. Where are you going? I said, I'm going there. He said, where is your ticket? I showed him. He said, no, go down. Your seat is there. You have to buy
A block
a
ticket.
block of tickets for your supporters to stay in one place.
Yeah, I understand. So you blame the Football Federation
Absolutely.
for those kind of lapses.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
You know, of all the federation presidents that we've had from when the association was formed, when it was the NFA, now the NFF, 1945, they say.
We never
You
know.
know,
Some
we're
say
not
it's
exactly very
19
sure, but 1945 till date. I am of the opinion, yeah, and I want you to counter this if you disagree, that Amaju Pinnick's 8-year reign was the most successful of all the other federation presidents.
Far from the truth. What you have said is far from the truth. For 8 years of Pinnick's regime, what did we win? How many championships did we qualify for? How many of them did we win? We won the Cup of Nations first time in 1980, again in 1994, then in 2013. Since Amaju, did we win any Cup of Nations? How many World Cups have we qualified to play in? Even the one of 2018 in Russia. Is how many years now? We didn't go to the 2022. Now,
Despite our
we are
bilateral,
failed again in 2026.
despite our bilateral relations,
The
with,
reason I say what I said,
Qatar.
you know, and as of course you can also disagree, and I'm sure you disagree as well. Tunde.
absolutely.
But I look at it in terms of not necessarily winning trophies. I know it's easy to judge any administration
true,
or
by
even any
trophies,
player by virtue of what they win. But I look at it from this perspective. The Super Eagles during that period had the most in terms of sponsorships.
Okay.
The Super Eagles in that period had the best in terms of preparation for whatever tournaments they were participating in.
Also missed out on 2 AFCONs. Remember that?
Wait, hang on. Okay. You know, in terms of utilizing the FIFA windows, I don't remember any.
What are the achievements?
I don't remember any
Where are
Super
those
Eagles.
monies? Tell me where those monies were spent. They had sponsorship. And we are still owing the players. We are owing the coaches. Those that have died. Those that are still alive. Tell me the achievements. Even you make the whole world as money. You've made money in trillions. Tell me the achievements. Where are the infrastructures?
I mean, look at the Super Eagles jersey to the FIFA World
Forget
Cup.
about this
Was
now.
the best ever FIFA World Cup
Oh,
jersey
is that-
that the world has got to
Charles,
see.
Charles,
Wait, so
Nobody is-
Morocco now that went to the last FIFA World Cup. Does anybody remember what kind of jersey they wore?
do they need?
But they still remember ours.
No,
No.
But
The
in terms of having the best jersey,
Okay, can I tell you?
reaching the World Cup
the
semi-final,
best
which one
jersey
would you
we
prefer?
ever wore was in 1996 Olympics. That I still have it.
No, but going by sales,
Wait,
doctor. Going by sales.
was-
I mean, this
Okay,
one,
where is the money? Okay, going by
that lemon
sales.
green jersey,
Oh God,
sold,
where is?
outsold every other Super Eagles jersey that we know
Charles,
of.
How much did the NFF make from
Charles, where is the money that they made from sponsorship?
Well, that's a different
Jersey,
conversation.
Where is the money?
I'm talking
I'm
success. I'm not talking money in the
Okay,
coffers.
so in terms of success,
And
you're in
achievements.
business to make a profit, right? The NFF are in business to ensure that Nigerian football receives the highest possible value that can be extracted. So, how much did the Nigerian Football Federation make from the sales of those jerseys? In fact, there are those who will tell you
Even
that
Charles
even
cannot
that
answer that.
this current
Well, I hear about $3 million.
Where is the $3 million?
I don't know.
this current contract with Nike, have you noticed that it's just been on and on? It's not
let
capable
me
of
tell you,
review,
sir.
not capable
Let me
of
tell
even
you.
being
Let me tell
extricated
you.
from.
I am not here to castigate anybody, but I've been in football even before Pinnck joined football. And I can tell him the success stories of Nigerian football.
But what has gone wrong with administration of football in this country? Because I don't hang on, Tunde.
Before-
I don't
before you get to
remember.
that,
Wait,
before you get
Tunde,
to that, let me
wait.
just- okay. I just want to ask, because you've mentioned the Pinnck Amaju now. So would you say he's the worst NFF president we've ever had?
The worst.
Going by all those that
To
you've
date.
seen till date.
See, it's Pinnck now.
Wow.
It's
Wow.
Pinnck now.
So,
He
who,
knows.
so, who's,
Okay,
so,
Okay,
who's, so who's the best?
Wait, let me tell you. Because I am an elderly person, having destroyed the supporters club structure by Pinnck, I took my time to go to his house at the Banana Island. I said, Mr. President, supporters club is divided. The only legacy, lasting one that we ever do was to bring them back together as a unit. Ask him. I went to his house. He gave me drinks in his house because I have seen football. Ghana, before now, had 72 groups of supporters.
72 groups.
Rafiu Ladipo, as the President General of African Football and Other Sports Union, brought them together under one umbrella. Ironically, my own group that was only one unit, was divided into groups. So what do you want me to do? What can I do other than to advise him? But he has a right to listen or not.
Okay.
So that's it.
So-
What we are saying today, we go down in history of Nigeria's football.
So, but you still haven't answered the question. So, who was the best NFF president that you remember ever working with?
Is there ever a best?
I'm sure there must be the best of a bad bunch.
Oga, don't let us talk of the best.
No, we talk about the worst.
All
Now
of
talk about
them that have worked with us as a partner, they did well. They achieved greatness, and we can talk about it from now to several years to come. From the time of Yusuf Ali to Galadima to
Ikazobo, Omerua,
Ikazabo to Merua,
Sani Lulu.
Sonny Lulu, all of them. We have them. You see, they all did well.
So what's your rating of the current federation presidents that we have?
The current federation that we have should detach itself from Pinnick's Amaju's dictatorship.
You say dictatorship. Yeah,
Oh, I know. You people, you are thinking Amaju is no longer in the NFF. He's still there.
I mean, he's not an elected official.
Yeah,
isn't he?
of course, they listen to him. He's their boss. And when anything happens, just recently he was defending the NFF. Is that his business? You are no longer there. Let the NFF defend itself. When NFF makes any mistake, he goes about to organize a press conference defending the NFF. No more. You should leave them alone. So, but because those people, of course, they are part of his administrations. The two administrations, he had 2 terms.
Yeah.
They cannot say no. Even though some of them needed to have listened to people that have done football before them. They don't see anybody that has done football before them as anything.
Chief, why haven't you ever run for the position of the federation president?
Yeah.
Well, if I go for the NFF Federation presidency, I will win. There's no way you can defeat me. I will win. But I told myself, it's a conviction that how do I contribute to Nigeria's success in football? I am doing it through supportership. And nobody can say, no, I've not done it well. You cannot say I've not done it well. It is when they started this proliferation of supporters. That's why we are not winning. Of late, they said they want to unite us. Fine. If you can unite us, fine. But do they have the ability and capacity to do it? They don't.
So are you still the President General?
I'm still the president of Nigeria Football Supporters Club. You have other clubs, so
Okay. But
The
there's also the Nigerian
NFF
Football and other sports supporters club.
the one that is 70 years old now. I'm the president general.
That's the Nigerian
I'm not
Football
talking of
Supporters
any
Club.
any other group.
Okay.
All right, Doctor, we haven't qualified for a FIFA World Cup back to back. It's a national disaster. You know, and what's the way forward? How do we walk away from this quagmire? Because a lot of people have had different things to say. People who, to be honest, have no authority to speak on the issue. You know, of recent, we heard that one ex-Super Eagles player, Captain John Mikel Obi, says he wants to run for the position of Football Federation president. Is that what we should be looking at? You know, ex-internationals taking up that position. Do they have the wherewithal? How do we solve this problem that we have that has been, you know, just been a thorn in the flesh of Nigerian football and sports for so long?
To say he wants to be president of the NFF, he or she has the right. But what is important, do you understand the politics of the game?
Does Mikel have the qualification?
Do you also, have you run football before?
Exactly.
You have to run football for you to understand the issues surrounding football. Most importantly, let us remove politics. This party politics is my party, it's not in my party. I can tell you that there was a time when somebody deprived somebody who deserved to be the president of the Football Federation. And they said, well, it's not from a particular party.
No, hang on, sir. Are you saying that partisan politics?
Yes, partisan politics.
What we practice in Nigeria,
yes.
the APC, PDP,
yes,
it also seeps into an NFF administration of politics.
I am telling you this, that there was a time, a technocrat, who most people agree that he would have been the best NFF president.
Is this Segun Odegbami?
No.
No?
No.
Okay. You want to mention names?
I don't want to mention names. If you continue mentioning the name, I will tell you. But you see, you yourself, when I tell you this story, you will agree with me that we have introduced partisan politics into football. And the moment we cannot desist from that, forget it. That guy, everybody knew that he was going to be the best president of the NFF.
Let me ask you this, Doctor. If you had the power to pick one individual and
now,
say this person can turn around the fortunes of Nigerian football, who would that person
Let
be?
them come out. Let them tell me. I can't just go and pick anybody who may not be willing.
No, who do you think?
Whether
I was willing or not.
Whether he's willing or not.
Listen, I can't pick somebody that is not willing. You will pick.
Look, let's assume they are all willing. Who would you pick?
I will pick the best.
And who, in your opinion, is the best?
My opinion, I will be the best.
Who?
Somebody who has run football successfully.
No, Doctor, give us a name.
No, I'm not giving you a name.
Give us a name. Just one. But he doesn't have to be.
Maybe Charles.
Anazuru. Has he run football
Charles,
successfully?
You are now asking me to do the unthinkable. If people come out and we look at them, we look at their pedigree, we look at what they have done in the area of football development, look at what they have achieved, we will be able to say, oh, this is better than this is better than that. But now nobody has come out. Okay.
The last election held in Benin, everybody's kind of seemed to believe at the time that Shea Akumi was the best person suited to run the federation. For whatever reason, politics. Is there an exchange of money when?
I don't know. Charles, you are my friend.
We've had so many things about how they bring Ghana must go.
Let me
or
tell you.
No, but just to ask first, do you think Shea Akumi would have done an excellent job?
I believe he could have done better.
Better than what we have now?
What we have now. That's the truth. Before that election, there was somebody who they introduced partisan politics into. Well, he's not from this party, so he can't be president of the NFF. And that was how They booted him out. So let us just remove partisan politics from our football. Let us look at those who wants to be the president of the NFF, even the membership. We also must look at who are the members. What have they done for football before now? And what are their achievements?
What if we bring somebody from outside football? Somebody who has a background in business, in governance, who's been successful as an administrator, but someone who has a passion for football but hasn't run football.
Yes.
Well, I mean, someone who has the necessary gravitas to walk into any government office or
Today,
any.
are you talking about Aliko Dangote?
No,
Because it
no,
seems to me.
no, I'm not. No, let me finish.
It seems to me like he's the only person.
No, let me finish.
Charlie, let me give you a story before you laugh.
Okay.
In Atlanta 96, when we met Brazil in the semi-final, and we were jumping, we were dancing, somebody came to me on the stand. Dipo, come. I want you to go and tell these boys that if they win this championship, I will give them 5 million naira. I said, okay, let us go. After the match, I took him to the dressing room. But they wouldn't open the dressing room for us. So he, being a big man, went away and told me to come and see him in the house. And I went to Kanu.
Okay, so we're getting closer.
We're getting closer.
He's a northerner.
Yeah, well, let me tell you.
Uh-huh.
I will tell you. When we got to the dressing room, they didn't open the dressing room for us. He went away. I said, Dipo, meet me in the house.
Who refused to open the door for you?
The gate man.
The security man, yeah.
There was this post-match conference going on, and nobody who is not part of the team will be allowed to go in.
Okay.
Now, he left, and the players drove out in their bus. Immediately, they saw me out, they stopped. Kanu live with me. Before they went to Japan 93, under Fanny Amu, they were living in my hotel. I will be the one to drive them from the hotel to the playing ground. National Stadium was not good enough. I wrote for the release of Volkswagen Stadium. I would drive them through Iba Road in the morning, in the evening.
Wow.
They left
Volkswagen.
Yes.
That's trade fair.
Yes.
Wow.
Doctor, before you tell us who this person is, I mean, you just mentioned now that Kanu Nwankwo and the team stayed in your hotel.
By the grace of
Yeah?
God. Yeah.
How wealthy are you?
I'm not very rich, but I am comfortable. True to God.
All the
Let
money.
me tell you where I made money. I didn't make money from football. I spent my money into football. I became the first national president of all the freight forwarders and client agencies in this country in 1986. That's where I made my money, where I was clearing 2,000 containers, 2,000 cars, this and that and that and that. And I was making good money. That's where I made my money from the port.
So your monies do not come from the support, because the general belief is that
you're working money.
Rafiu Ladipo, doctor, is stealing money. He's getting monies.
From all these companies, all these sponsors.
Around Globacom. There's a story around Globacom.
Globacom, let them know today that they wouldn't have gotten Globacom. Globacom, I was clearing for Globacom. 200 containers, 1,000 vehicles. I was Globacom's clearing agent. Even before Globacom, I've been working with Adenuga as his clearing agent for years. Defcon Merchant Bank, Equatorial Trust Bank, Waspan Holdings, all his companies. This man's company handles all his imports. So that's where I made my money. So it was because of my closeness to Dr. Mike Adenuga that made me to get him to sponsor Supporters Club and made him to also sponsor Ghana National Supporters Union.
True.
I brought them from Ghana to Lagos. Okay. And that day, Adenuga gave them a $3 million sponsorship. Even the Ghana Football Federation benefited. So this is the man who did it. Our first National League, when Obaseki was the chairman, I gave them that global contract of 610 million. So it's not the football money that I'm looking at. I've made a little money from my business. I have hotels. I have a school. Not just a school that I built with billions.
So basically, he's balling.
So I have the little money that I can use for myself and my family. There's no money in the supporters club unless you want to go to jail.
So I'm so curious regarding who you think the ideal NFF
Let me
president
finish my story.
should be. Okay.
So when the boys came out, I told them in the vehicle, I said, Kanu, this man said he will give you 5 million because Argentina was already waiting by the side.
Is this 5 million for the whole team or individually?
For the whole team, you don't know how much 5 million of 1996 is.
A decent amount of
It
money.
translates into trillions today. So that was when I now left them. I went to President Aliko Dangote's house.
You haven't told us who this man is.
That I've just told you the man. Aliko Dangote.
Is the one who offered 5 million.
Yes. Wow. And I went to his house. I said, the boys said they didn't believe you. He now brought out his card and wrote, I will give you 5 million should you win this trophy. He signed it. I went back to the camp. I gave the players. That was when they believed that, the money will be given. Because before a lot of Nigerians have promised them they won't give them nothing. So when I gave them, and I told Aliko Dangote, I say, President, you will do me a favor. Please, I want you to make T-shirts, 2,000 copies. Put Aliko Dangote here, and I will distribute it on the day of the match. He made 5,000. And I distributed it all over the field. That's why you could see Dangote on everybody. And then, when we won something, I called him. He said, I should come. I went to his house. Bring them tomorrow. And I took Kanu, let's go. We got there. There was no food we didn't eat in his house in Atlanta.
Where was the federation in all of this?
Sonny Toro was the secretary. He was involved. I called him. I informed him. He followed us to Aliko's house. And so when we go, after the dinner, Kanu came to me. He said, Chamo, where's our money?
Typical.
Then I went to Aliko Dangote. I said, okay, these boys are asking for their money.
But how is it that a 17-year-old boy is so money conscious?
No, it wasn't 17 then.
In 96?
1996.
Oh, that was the Atlanta team. Okay, I was thinking of...
no, Japan 93.
I'm talking of 93 and 96.
Yeah.
So, immediately, President Aliko Dangote called Nigeria to make a draft of 5 million naira for the team.
Victor Ekpeba was in that team.
Yeah, he was. He scored one of the goals against Brazil.
I know, I'm just saying this because I can imagine how agitated Victor can be when it comes to money issues. I know how he would lead the line. So I'm just saying.
So, and I said, you have given the team 5 million. I facilitated this. How much will you give Supporters Club? He said he will give us 10%. And right there, they wrote our own check to 10%, 500,000. It was a big money to us that time. Such a man with that passion and with what God has given him. But if you look at football in Nigeria, he may not agree to serve as president. Because
so you think he's a good fit? He's a perfect fit.
If he wants to, if he agrees to. If he gets there tomorrow, Nigerians will still abuse him.
No.
That's standard procedure for Nigerians.
Yeah.
I was actually thinking of...
So when you are talking of people who have not... you are thinking of businessmen?
No, not necessarily businessman, but this one has
Nigerians that can help us.
Yeah, I mean, this one who has actually been in government. He's actually run a state.
Do you know there is another
minister.
man?
Is it Oju Zokalu?
He knows. I mean, he can walk into.
Is
this
it
man,
Oju Zokalu?
Hold on, he can walk into the board. He can go to any company now.
Yeah,
Please
and
give
tell
us
them-
a name. Who is he?
And tell I'd like to see your chairman,
Who
and they don't
is
keep him
he?
waiting.
Who is he?
He also has the necessary gravitas to be able to speak
Is this
to
guy
both
your
players
uncle?
and administrators. He's
Who
also
is he?
well spoken. He can command respect from both players, administrators,
let me also
and
let me
everyone
also
involved.
add this.
Where's your phone? I need to
think-
see
no,
how much
I-
he gave you.
Can I?
Where's your phone?
No, he hasn't given me anything.
No, tell us.
We've only ever met
So
once,
who
actually.
is this man?
Babatunde Raji Fashola.
Well,
I think so.
Well,
I think so. I think he has.
He's a man.
He has
He's
the
a man
passion.
that can do that.
He likes football. He knows he likes football.
He likes football,
He
but
knows-
has he
he knows-
administered football?
He knows his way around. That's the mistake we make. Why do we think administering football is different from administering a state as tough as Lagos? Why do you think administering football is different
I
from
would
running
not-
a multi-billion-dollar blue chip company?
Excuse
Why do
me.
we think football is that
Is
different?
there anybody? Sorry, doctor. Is there anybody in world football today that you know who hasn't at some point administered football? The president of CAF owns a football club,
Yeah,
and we can say that he's one of the most successful CAF presidents that we've had in time past.
but he made his name and his money outside football.
All of the FIFA presidents have administered football at some point in their lives.
Motsepe, Patrice Motsepe, who you're talking about,
Yeah.
made his name and his money outside football. He only bought Mamelodi Sundowns barely 15, 20 years
But
ago.
it's not about the money he made. It's about being a part of the game. All of these people have been a part of the game.
I honestly think he would
we
be
have
fit.
them. We have them. We have just mentioned Babatunde Raji Fashola is a good fit. We have,
So you agree with me? It's a good fit.
I do.
Okay.
I do. I've worked with him.
There
I
you
do.
go.
You have just mentioned Odius Okalu. It's also a good fit. We have other Nigerians that can do that.
Absolutely.
But if we will not turn around and start abusing them tomorrow, they will assist and fix our football. Okay? But beyond that, sir, we have something that we have not touched on. We have players, they're playing well. We were at the Cup of Nations final. We didn't win it. We were involved in the FIFA project. We have about 5 countries in our group. Nigeria, South Africa,
Lesotho,
Zimbabwe,
Zimbabwe, Benin Republic, Rwanda.
Oga, do we have the need to even not topping the table? We should ask ourselves what went wrong. Our players, they are playing well, they are good over there, but the moment you don't have Osimhen, the team collapses.
So your opinion, what went
In
wrong?
my opinion,
What went wrong?
in my
Do we blame
opinion,
the NFF? Do we blame the players?
Oga,
Do we blame the coaches?
Oga, the blemish should be put at the doorstep of the NFF. We have a technical department in the NFF. The technical department is to look out for players, potential players that we can assist, and not try to be somebody like Osimhen. If we have 1, 2, 3 Osimhens, if one Osimhen is the original is injured, we have 2 other people we can fall back to. But the moment Victor is not playing, we're in trouble. So the NFF technical department should be saddled with the responsibilities of going to watch all our league matches. Our league matches. When they watch our league matches, they'll be able to see and spot players that we can bring up and make them, if not 100% victor.
So you believe there are players in the MPFL who can play for the Nigerian
Of course,
national team?
yes. Was Osimhen not in the league?
No, he wasn't.
No, he wasn't.
He
He was
wasn't.
okay.
He wasn't.
All other players were they in the league?
Well,
So
apart from what's his name, the Benjamin Frederick, I don't think anyone. There's Stanley Wabali.
Oga.
I don't think anyone.
All these players started from here. Okay? They started from here. We have players. Let's have a group of coaches under the technical department who will be shadowed with responsibilities of going to see our league matches and sport some players who we can develop. Not relying the officials of the NFF going abroad to bring us to name players.
So you don't like these players who were born abroad, who decided to play for Nigeria? You think?
God,
are you
God.
When
saying-
you say you don't like, I don't like that language. I like them. I like that.
So you have no faith in them. You don't trust them.
Oh God, sometimes many of them are always being careful not to break their legs.
Understandably so.
Yeah, because they are going back to play for their clubs. Okay. Now, if we can have that department that we already have, get some coaches to work with the technical department. Go out there. Okay, bring 200 players from abroad. If we are able to spot 2-3 Nigerian players to fit into that team, the game will change.
Wow. I'm just curious how you actually moved from football into boxing, because you're also the president of
I've
the
not finished about football.
You-
I want us to note one thing.
Okay.
As it is today, the NFF created what they call interim management committee
For
for supporters club. It's a big failure.
do they have the power to do that?
Well, that's what they said they did. They brought everybody together and they made Vincent Okumagba
the chairman?
the chairman. Just before the last match, there was a meeting where members of that committee were accusing Okumagba of turning the IMC to his personal business. Information did not go down to other groups. When he gets an information, he keeps it. When they were going to Rabat, how many supporters were in Rabat? 25.
I mean, when you talk about Rabat, that's for the FIFA
the
World Cup
playoffs.
playoffs. Yeah.
How many of the supporters club members were there? 25. How many of the 25 belongs to Okumagba group?
But from what I hear, Doctor, and can correct me if I'm wrong, Okumagba was made chairman of the IMC by members of the different factions. And they all agreed that he would supervise a coming election, where a board supposedly would be elected, and members of the IMC cannot run for
is
election.
it. That is it. You see, when you get to the river, or the bridge, you cross it. Before the election, the 1 year tenure they gave to them, we should look at what they did within that 1 year. They accused of Okumagba. They accused him of not doing what he should be doing. And in my speech, because I was one of the people, that it was an online meeting, and I said, this IMC has failed. And I'm happy that the DG said yes. He agreed that they have failed. So if they have failed, what is the need for their continuity? So, sir, I must talk on that, because until the supporters club are united and they know how to do it by themselves, government let them remove their hands from uniting the supporters club. We can unite ourselves.
But government, but the supporters club themselves, the factions, all of these years cannot seem to come to an agreement.
Because there was something, I want to speak Yoruba now. Ti Iromi, tó bá ń jó lórí omi, onílù ẹ̀ wà nsàlẹ̀.
Okay, translate. Tunde.
Tunde translate.
That was a bit over my head. He says if something
There is
is
no
dancing,
smoke without fire.
yeah.
Okay.
That is the meaning. Somebody is drumming this disunity.
So it's the Football Federation.
Yes.
Okay.
Because everybody in the football federation now wants to have a supporters club.
So let me get this right. So the plan by the Football Federation is to install Okumagba as the chairman of a united supporters club.
The president.
That's the plan.
No, yeah, the chairman. That's their plan, and they got it. But are we not talking of how the NFF has fared in the last period of time? So also this IMC, have they done the needful? They haven't. So we need to look at what they have done. If they have failed, they have failed.
Okay, so in your expertise,
Yeah.
you've been there, you've done that, you've seen everything there is to see as far as supportership is concerned for the Super Eagles. What would be your advice? Has anyone come to you and said, look, doctor, give us a blueprint. How does this work? And everybody is satisfied at the end of the day.
Only 2 of them have come to me. And as an elderly man, I've advised them to exercise patience. In fact, it is now that Nigeria is not going for the World Cup that we have the opportunity now to be able to discuss that, how they will fuse together, and in unity, they will agree. What I will propose for them, I already have it in my mind. As of today, Dr. Rafiu Ladipo is out of any contest. I am their father. They are all my children. I think maybe it's Okumagba and Ikwe that is above 50. 53 years of my life I've been in supporters club. So I've seen it all. I will call them. Because as it is today, nobody respects any supporters club anymore.
Who are the people that are burning up the supporters club? Is it the combination of Okumagba, Bonfrey, and maybe even Kemi?
Well, this is not the place where I'm going to say that. I do know that there's problem within. But if you want to actually settle them, you don't go on air to start mentioning names. By the time you do that, they will not be willing to listen to you. So when they come to me one-on-one, what you are doing is not supposed to be so. What you are doing is not supposed to be so. This is what you should do. Let them come together. And if, by way of rotation, the leadership, we can plan it so that it's not going to be, oh, I'm fighting this, I'm fighting that. When you are there for 2-3 years, you know you have done your own. These are the things I'm going to propose to them. For me, I'm their father, I'm their advisor. All of them are my children.
Well, yeah, it seems you're enjoying a new lease of life now as president of the Nigerian Boxing Board of Control. Yeah, it seems as if that is less fractious, not as, do I say...
I will not allow fractions, because I am the president. If I'm doing what is right, there will be no fraction. But if I see you try to fractionalize, I will call you to order. In the Nigerian Boxing Board of Control, don't say we don't have people who wants to even push us out. But this is an association that has been there since 1949, 49. Yeah. And new boys who are just into boxing maybe 1-2 years now, they want to tell the Nigerian Boxing Board of Control that they have been duping Nigerians. How can? Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe was the first president of the Nigerian Boxing Board of Control.
Interesting.
I am the 7th president. So for anybody who has ideas, who has innovation, or how we can bring about boxing to be better than what it is, join us.
Which one is a higher body? The Boxing Board of Control or the Boxing Federation?
Yeah, Boxing Board of
There are
Control.
2 things. Nigerian Boxing Board of Control is for
Professional
professionals.
boxing.
Those who fight 8, 10, 12 rounds. And they fight for money.
They are pros.
They don't do any other thing. That's their means of living. But for Nigerian Boxing Federation, they are amateur boxers who will later turn pro if they choose to do it in the nearest future. And they go out for All Africa Games, Commonwealth Games,
Olympic
and the
Games.
Olympic Games. They fight 3 rounds. And they are representing the country.
But we heard that people who are trying to take up over both the MBBFC and both the MBF.
You watch. Watch. Now, you see, when you are there,
There's a new president of the NBF.
Oh, yeah, that's Mr. Yemi Aduna, Minister of...
The Minister of Finance.
Finance, yes.
yeah, we don't have any.
No issues with him, none.
We don't have anything with that.
How much time will he have to actually do the job?
What?
He's quite a boxing... I mean,
He has been in boxing for years.
decades. For decades. He's been a huge
He
fan.
has been in
the
boxing
governors,
for years.
if you ever heard of the governor's
No,
belt,
there's a difference
he's been sourcing that.
there's a difference between when you're not in
I
charge
think
and
what he
when
will be
you are.
doing was to delegate powers.
Of course.
You see, what he will be doing is to delegate powers. Because I do agree also that he has much in his hands.
Yeah.
But because of the passion he has in boxing, well, he will have to delegate his executives, his vice, and the rest to do certain things.
Talking about boxing, we had Bash Ali here,
A few days ago.
last episode, and he's still clamoring for that. What's that?
World records.
World record boxing bouts. Yeah. What's your take on this desire?
You see, when we talk of Guinness Books of Records, if Bash Ali could arrange a fight, a good fight, and he wins the fight, and the Guinness Book of Records accept him to be the holder of that record, there's nothing bad in it because I'm a Nigerian. I've promoted Guinness Books of Records events in this country, and my chap, 2 of them, the boy who puts ball on his head from Redeem Camp to the National Stadium was sponsored by me. And we brought the Guinness Book of Records officials into Lagos. They were here 4 days. We trekked, I personally trekked from Redeem Camp to the National Stadium. And when they saw it, there was CNN, there was everywhere, all TV stations of the world, they came. We invited them. And they passed him that he made it. So if the Guinness Books of Record accepts that Bash Ali is the oldest boxer to win a title, so be it.
Yeah, well, before that, the MBBFC has to sanction the fight. Would you be willing to sanction the fight for a 70-year-old boxer?
We will approve the fight.
You will?
You will.
Because this, let me tell you, Bash is the owner of the WBF.
Yeah.
Sole owner. He's not fighting for a Nigerian title.
No.
If it's a Nigerian title, yes, we sanction. If it's a WBA title we sanction and pass the information to us, we will approve of it. So also with Bash. Bash Ali is the owner of the WBF.
Yeah.
He wants to fight.
Yeah.
How he fights the fight, that is his own. Of course, yes, Bash is my friend. He had an exhibition.
Yeah,
Last
last
Yes.
weekend. Yeah.
I saw the exhibition. I saw it. About what was he doing? Shadow boxing.
Shadow boxing.
For 30 minutes. That is not boxing in itself. Shadow boxing, you can do shadow boxing. But the way I look at him, that day, it still looks fit. It looks fit. But who is your opponent?
Andy Ruiz, that's what he said.
Andy Ruiz. Andy Ruiz. And let's see. If Andy Ruiz agreed to come and fight him, so be it. And if Bash can beat Andy Ruiz, I think that will be a record.
Well, that'll be interesting to see, actually.
All right. Our time is fast running out, but let me take you back to the supporters club. Very controversial thing about the supporters club we hear. I just need you to either confirm or deny. But we do hear that there's some sort of racket in the supporters club where people pay a certain amount of money. They're transported abroad, via...
To Jackpa.
More or less. More or less.
To disappear to
I
whatever
need to
countries they want
confirm
to.
and clarify that. I was a national chairman for 10 years. There was nothing like that. We were not collecting money from anybody. Take, for instance, when we were going to France in 1998, no member of the supporters club went for visa interview, and I collected 611. I, single-handedly. When we were going to the World Cup of 1994, we were over 300. I would just tell them, give visa to this passport, and they were obliging us. So nobody demanded for any money. If it is happening today, I expect people to walk up to my office and say, the President General, this man collected money from me for visa. Then I will call the person. Come and tell me why you should collect money from this man. I, Rafiu Ladipo, I have not collected one dime during my chairmanship, even up to now.
But members of the supporters club, they pay for their visas, right?
Of course, you have to. It's your property. You have to pay to the embassy.
Yeah.
And it's non-refundable.
Of course.
So it could not be the club that will pay for you. So if you have a visa and you can pay the agreed amount, because when we want to travel, what people don't know, I go out to source for money. When I source for money, we come back to the club and look at your records. You deserve to travel with us because we set up a panel. All the local trips we have made, if it's 10, how many of it have you been able to do? If you have been able to do one, you score 10. You do 20, 2 trips, 20. So we now look at the man that has 100. We pick him, we fall back to 90, 80, and the rest. That's how we do it. But that we have to bring money. I want anybody in Nigeria to come and face me that I demanded money for visa. I don't need it.
In signing out, the Super Eagles will be at the Africa Cup of Nations.
Yes.
Will you be there?
Inshallah, I will be there.
Okay. Will the supporters club be there?
Oh, yes.
As a unified...
Of course.
Okay.
Don't forget, I told you, I'm already working with some people, some leaders of the various factions, on how the supporters will go together to Rabat or Morocco, or wherever, and support the Super Eagles as a unit. The only problem, and which the NFF is not recognizing, you will want to take us there. When you take us there, will you be paying for our accommodation? Will you be paying for our feeding? The supporters club is a group of people that agrees to go and support the team. Days before the competition, we would have been there, waiting for the team. Throughout the match, we will be there, or the matches. Throughout the competition, we will be there. And then we will be the last set of people to leave that place. How do we do that? Unless we have sponsors.
Okay.
And the sponsors, what do they want? They want mileage.
Definitely.
If you give me money, and you are not getting any mileage. There is no point sponsoring us. Now, NFF will take us there. They will want us to wear Super Eagles t-shirt. Who takes care of our accommodation, our feeding, our logistics, and the rest?
That's the sponsors.
Would the
Doctor,
NFF do that?
Doctor, we do have to go. But I was just going to say something to the Super Eagles as
Yeah.
they prepare to maybe win for the
My
fourth
dear
time.
Super Eagles, it is a compulsion that you must appear at the 2026 African Cup of Nations and then get to the final and bring the cup back. We've only won it 3 times. We need it this 4th time. It's a job you must do. We will back you, we will support you, and I think we'll be praying for you. Good luck.
Okay, that's fair.
Thank you so much,
Thank
Dr.
you so
Rafiu
much,
Ladipo. It's
Dr.
been a pleasure
Rafiu
having
Ladipo.
you on the Play Zone podcast.
What do I say about this?
Thank you very much, sir.
Okay, I want to thank you for bringing me here. This is what we need, so that our sport, not just football, can rise. Once we are doing it wrongly, you can call our attention, and tell us where we're not doing well. And then criticism is not a crime.
Yeah, it's not.
Criticize me, and I go back to what these people have said is good, is true. Let me change.
Definitely.
Yeah. Thank you so
All right,
much.
so
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.